I'm Mikey Haney. I'm from Maumee High School in Maumee, Ohio, and in about 10 years I'll be on the Masters. The coaching staff was really the main thing, the family-like feel. I'm a big family guy. I got a pretty big family back home, and so I've always been close to them. So really from my first visit, I recognized that, and it kind of always held a place in my heart because of that. So from a young age, I've liked to fish, so usually that's something I'll spend my spare time doing, but just recently I got into golf, so I go to the range almost daily, maybe play a couple times a week, and so that's something where I can just go out there and I can still be competitive, but it's completely different from football, and it's something that I have to get a lot better at to be considered good, so it gives me something to work for. Probably, well, ocean fish, I caught a 65-pound mahi-mahi. I got it mounted on my wall, so that was probably like my #1 fish, but my favorite fish I've ever caught to catch consistently would probably be, just from where I'm from, walleye. So it's kind of a big part of the Maumee River and Lake Erie is just walleye fishing. So yeah, probably the biggest walleye is probably the second best fish I've ever caught. My best shot, pitching wedge for sure. I'm good within 120 to 80 yards. Once it gets out of 80 yards, it kind of gets a little choppy with my 60 degree. But I definitely need my most work on my driver. I'm a big slicer. My irons are much improved from the beginning of my golf experience, but if I can straighten my driver out and make sure I'm hitting my second shot in the fairway, I think I'll get some more improvement. But I used to chunk everything, so it was very frustrating. Now I can hit some pure balls, and so I don't know. Hopefully, like I said, about 8 to 10 years, I'll be on the PGA Tour. Is the goal. Yeah, just distance. That's what I'm going for.
Golfers are in now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yep, just put your shoulders into it. Right now, my major is marketing. I was in DECA in high school, so I had a past experience with it. Both my parents are small business owners, so I've been kind of around the business entrepreneurship side. I hope just to someday, eventually, I want to own my own gym with my brother and have our own training operation, training like high school kids. When I went to my trainer in high school, I saw what he did, and it seemed pretty cool, something that I would want to do. And so my brother has an exercise science degree, and so I figure I could bring the business side to the table, and we could make a pretty big combination. Turan is, so when I came in, Turan kind of, he was like the wild guy on the defensive end in terms of his play. He was sometimes out of his responsibility, but he was always doing it 120 miles an hour. And now he does his responsibility 120 miles an hour. So playing with Turan is like, you got to be on your game because he's going to do the right thing and he's going to do it going fast. So really, it's started when I switched to DN last year. I noticed trying to, not compete with other DNs, but make sure my play was just as good as them. I was like, wow, this guy Turan, he's 110 miles an hour, 110% of the time. So really, he's an all-out type of guy.